Hey, do you know what time it is? That's right. It's time for Coach Lindy's podcast. The podcast to get you moving. Hi, I'm Lindy Hutchinson, a certified life mastery consultant with the Brave Thinking Institute. As a life coach, I help others transform their life as I have mine. It's not easy, but it is possible, and it most certainly is worth it. Each week, I'll share insights that inform, inspire, and ignite in you your desire to create a life that you love. So let's find out what's going on this week. Greetings. Okay, here's one. Who am I talking about? She can turn the world on with her smile. Well, if you're of a certain age, or if you like to watch a lot of old reruns, that's Mary Tyler Moore. And she, of course, was the star of the Mary Tyler Moore Show, where she acted as her character, Mary Richards. And there were many wonderful things about Mary Tyler Moore. But one of the things is that she was an activist. Now, you and I have been talking about Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton and many other luminaries who sacrificed a great deal so that women would have a stronger opportunity in the workforce and in life itself. Well, there were persons like Mary Tyler Moore in more recent times. She opened doors and she made changes that make our life better today. Maybe you didn't know that part, maybe you did. So this is Mary Tyler Moore. Many of you may know that. She was in a show in the 60s called The Dick Van Dyke Show, and that was very funny. It's very fun to watch if you want some kind of good, clean fun. And then it was at 61 through 66. And then in the early 70s, from 1970 to 1977, it was the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Now, Mary Tyler Moore owned her own production company, and she was married at the time to Grant Tinker, who was one of the big players in the television industry. So she was able to create change, and one of the ways that she did that was the character that she played was not kind of the standard, and I'm sure she raised many eyebrows, and she created some hubbub by her acting in this character. Now, the word for the week is subtle. Mary Tyler Moore, I believe, was able to create a great deal of change by the way she subtly put across some very powerful messages as her Mary Richards character in the show. She was playing against stereotypes. For example, her character, Mary Richards, was one of the women over 30 on TV who was single by choice. She wasn't a widow. She wasn't a divorcee. She was single because she wanted to be single. And she was a person who was professional. And she didn't overemphasize her physicality, even though she was very lovely. It said that unlike many of the shows where women were dressed in tight clothing and low-cut things and tight sweaters and stuff, she was dressed very professionally, and the focus was her ability. In her actual company, she and her husband hired more women and gave more opportunities to women in the behind the scenes. So there was also topics that they covered in the show. Birth control, which was, you didn't talk about that in the 70s? No. And sexual independence, same thing. You're supposed to be married. Not that that's bad, but if you elected not to be, prior to that, you were an oddball. And pay equality. Even in the 70s, that still was something that was a difficult topic. Women were not viewed as breadwinners, even though they were. So Mary Tyler Moore was a nice girl who created change. And it's fun to watch the shows, and by today's standards, they're pretty tame. But you turn the clock back, and it was, people raised some eyebrows on that. A woman living alone by choice, and she has a career, and she's not flaunting her sexuality or trying to get attention that way. She could go on her own merits because she was intelligent and dynamic and influential. So Mary Tyler Moore is right up there with Susan B. Anthony and the other luminaries who opened doors for women. She did it on screen with her powerful character, and then she did it off screen with her own company by hiring more females, workers, and giving them fair wages. So Mary Tyler Moore was a nice girl who created change. So when you watch Mary Tyler Moore, you can feel especially good. I do. Okay, so from our Hey, That's Funny file, Oscar Wilde says, always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them more. Wise words and good words. So my time with you is always a pleasure, and I enjoyed every minute. Look up Mary Tyler Moore. Her accolades and awards go on and on and on. And then enjoy the old reruns. Sometimes it's nice to have something kind of light and silly. And lots of times a message there. So enjoy your week and keep creating the life that you love because you deserve it. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks for joining me this week. I look forward to being with you every week. And if you'd like to get in touch with me, please email me at coachlindy@lindyhutchinson.com. My name is spelled L-Y-N-D-I, so it's Coach Lindy, L-Y-N-D-I, at Lindy Hutchinson, LYNDIHUTCHINSON.com. I value what your input is, and I'm always open up for suggestions and ideas. If you will like and or subscribe to this podcast, that would be wonderful. I appreciate it. And I enjoy anything that you might want to send in, or if you would like some more information about coaching, send me an email and I will get back with you, and we'll talk about how you can create your best life. Have a good week. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.